Hello, my spiritual and astrology family. This is Lada from astrolada.com. And I told you I'm taking 2 months break, and I said I only do videos when I feel inspired to. And I got really moved yesterday when I looked at what the new moon in Gemini will be, and all those ideas and information came down, and it's going to be in the star with the star Aldebaran, the most important star in the sky according to ancient astrology. And this is the star of Archangel Michael. And it's the baby kept me awake the whole night. So I got all those downloads and I was like, okay, I have to do this. So here I am. So this is specifically about the new moon in Gemini that is happening, but it's going to affect the whole month of June. So this prediction or this forecast that I'm doing now is not just for the 3rd of June when the new moon is happening, because the new moon unfolds its influence for a whole month after that, lunar month, basically till July. So the whole month of June is going to be under the influence of this most powerful new moon with the star Aldebaran within 2-3 degrees. And as always, the first 15 minutes, I want to explain what it means. And then we're going to go through the 12 signs. And why is this new moon? Why did I consider it so important? Why was I moved to do this video? And by the way, when you take a break, you get so many inspirations. It's amazing. Don't forget to take a break because the mind needs to rest. And then, we get inspired when we're in a more feminine state. It means in a more relaxed state, in a more yin state. We become more receptive. And if you don't take a break, you burn out. But when you take some time for yourself, when you rejuvenate yourself, I'm just telling you this from my experience. That's not working for 2 weeks. I'm still working, but not as much. And all those amazing insights starts pouring. Just a reminder. But this new moon is spectacular. And what is happening? Let me explain you from the esoteric point of view. And I guess that there are probably 1,000 videos on YouTube about this new moon in Gemini, and they'll be talking about communications and talking and information. I'm not going to be talking about that. They're emphasizing the Gemini aspect of it, but there's a whole horde of constellations behind this new moon. There is constellations, there is stars, there is very esoteric deep influences. We're gonna dive into that. Yes, the new moon in Gemini, yes, let me mention it. This month will be abounding with information, with new thoughts. This month will be full of communication for many of you, with new ideas. This is the Gemini aspect of it, of new business ideas. Gemini is a very business sign. So after the new moon, especially when it becomes visible after the 5th of June, a lot of people that are aligned to the business, if they're in business already, their thoughts are aligned, they're going to start picking up new ideas for how to reach out more people, because Gemini is very communicative. Gemini rules sales. Gemini rules communication, information, marketing, advertisement, social media, building up following, whatever it is. Gemini is all this, making connections and contacts. This will start abounding. This will start proliferating for people. And also Mercury is becoming visible. I made a mistake last month. I was so tired. I read that it's in May the 4th that Mercury is becoming visible. No, it's June the 4th. And around the new moon, Mercury is also becoming visible, which rules the new moon, which means that it will be fantastic time for writers, speakers, bloggers, salespeople, marketing people, administrative people, clerks, everyone who is working with the mind, who is working with media, with communications, publishing articles, doing new websites, new ideas. When the planet becomes visible, new ideas come, and you can start those things. They can manifest in a material way. Just like the planet is visible, it can become tangible in the world. So you're going to start noticing, not only noticing, those of you who are in those kind of fields of business, once the new moon comes, a few days after that, you can start new sales pitches, you can start new sales projects, new commercial activities, new commercial transactions, new commercial projects, new websites. If you want to publish a book, if you want to publish a video that you want to impress others, if you want to reach wide audiences, do it once the moon becomes visible. And this new moon in particular will give so much force in that direction because it's with the most powerful star in the sky, Aldebaran. So any activities connected to Gemini that I mentioned, classes, courses, learning something new, go for it after the new moon because it's so charged. this new moon with amazing power coming from the fixed stars. They give the most tremendous power and life force. If you're born with Aldebaran, on your sun or moon, you have so much life force. You have extraordinary energy. So this one is going to be compacted for us for 1 month. This push of extraordinary energy for us collectively. And so all those activities that are Geminian, go for it. And by the way, we have a course with Nikola Stojanovic on the 8th of June about the rulerships of planets and signs, what they rule, why they rule it. Very unique webinar. It's 30% off till the 8th of June. After that, it becomes $39. Now it's $29. And if you want to learn, if you want to catch that wave of the Gemini new moon, to expand, to learn, and we're having also, Natalia is doing celebration of the feminine power. And I'll speak about that a bit later, but it's going to be a free webinar on the 5th of June. If you want to join us to learn something new, to catch exactly on the first crescent of the moon, to catch the wave of cleansing your feminine energy and clearing it. I'm going to put a link below. It's going to be live. When you join us live, the energy is most amazing. So let's talk a little bit about this new moon, but from a different perspective, from the constellations behind. A new moon is when the sun and the moon join together. And that means that the divine feminine and the divine masculine, mother and father, creators, yin and yang, they join together in a council, in a private council, to create new life. But this time they're joined with Aldebaran. Aldebaran is one of the brightest stars. It's called one of the 4 royal stars. And it's the keeper of the east. So the east direction. Something important might come to you from the east direction, no matter where you are in life right now. If you're traveling east, or someone from the east, or someone from the eastern part of town, watch out for the eastern direction. It's going to bring something very beneficial over the next 1 month in June. Because this is the star. Aldebaran is basically the whole Archangel Michael, who is connected to the star Aldebaran, is like taking over the whole month of June with this new moon. And the sun and the moon, mother, father, God, goddess, are joining in a council, but together with who? With Archangel Michael. The star of Aldebaran is the star of Archangel Michael, and he's the prince of all archangels. He's actually, according to esoteric sources, the king of the seraphims. Not the king, but the prince, the leader of the seraphims, which are their 9 angelic hosts, and the seraphims are the highest ones. So he's like the top angel of all, the closest below Christ and to the divinity, to the divine Godhead. And Archangel Michael is going on a consultation with God and Goddess. God and Goddess is the sun and moon. It's symbolic, the sun is not our God. The moon is not our goddess. It's a representation, just above, so below. But they're going on a private meeting. They're behind closed doors because the sun is very bright. You can't see the moon. You can't see Aldebaran. So it's like a private meeting. And the esoteric teacher, Bein Saduno, one of the biggest spiritual teachers of the 20th century, he said that every few years, on important conjunctions of the planets, the council that rules humanity gets together and decides the future of humanity. And there are different hierarchies that rule humanity. They're all connected to different planets, different stars. I'm not saying that they live there with spaceships. This is very spiritual influence. Those stars, those planets, they represent their movements represent invisible worlds that are not focused there on the star. They don't live there on the star, but they're represented by the physical bodies of the sun, moon, the stars. So what is happening is that there is this conjunction, sun, moon, and Aldebaran, this new, and so God, goddess, and Archangel Michael, the host of the boss of the angels, basically. So like the king, the queen, and their military leader, or their minister that runs the whole country for them, are getting together, and they're deciding. So, and it's not just, it's kind of hordes of angelic beings involved in that, and they're deciding the future of humanity, something, but on a personal level as well. because it trickles down from human. It's this whole month of June, there will be like an important decision that you have to make on a personal level, and something really important will be decided in your life. And you know, Archangel Michael is known as the angel that sits on the left side, or the right hand of God. And you know this story where you have an angel on your right and an angel and a devil on your left, and one always speaks to your mind and says, "Do it, do it," and the other says, "No, be careful," or the angel always makes to do us the right thing, the will of God. The little devil always tries to make us go and do what the opposite. So Archangel Michael is this one, the one that is on the right side, that is always trying to lead us, the guardian angel, to lead us into right choices. And when he's so highlighted, the star Aldebaran with this new moon, always opposite Aldebaran, let me show you, is the star. So it's currently in this constellation of Gemini. Let's write here Aldebaran. And opposite in Sagittarius, which is the Sagittarius sign, which is currently the constellation of Scorpio, is the star Antares. Antares is in the heart of the Scorpion, and it is connected to reptiles, to dragons. And you know how Archangel Michael is depicted always as killing a dragon, killing the devil, and it's Archangel Michael's star is always opposite Antares, which is considered the more darker star. It's again a warrior star. Antares is more like the Lucifer, while Archangel Michael is Aldebaran, is connected to Aldebaran. So we're going to have this, whenever Aldebaran is emphasized in some way, immediately Antares gets emphasized, the opposite one, because they're on the same axis. And Archangel Michael is connected to spiritual war. What happened? We know that there was a war between the Archangel Michael and Lucifer, or the dark forces, and Archangel Michael won. And of course, Lucifer and Satan were thrown to the earth, where they're wreaking havoc. They're basically in the passions of humans. They're not like devils. They are the human passions, the things that we do out of willfulness, of selfishness. They're represented by the hordes of Luciferic and satanic beings, whatever. But the star Antares represent that. It doesn't mean that if you're born with Antares, you're an evil person. You might be actually a warrior against that. But immediately with this new moon, this struggle between light and darkness, Archangel Michael and the Luciferic forces within us, becomes powerful. Actually, the ancient book says if the star Mars is involved, the planet Mars or Saturn, actual wars on the outside world can happen. But fortunately, they're not involved, which means that if they were involved in your personal level, there might be some big, fights that are happening. They can still happen because these stars are involved. But it might be more destructive. But Saturn and Mars are out of the picture. Jupiter and Neptune are aspecting this new moon. They're much softer influences. So immediately I felt this is an internal war. This is a war of beliefs, because Jupiter is kind of close to Antares in the opposite sign. This is a war of morality that's going to be happening in June. And because it's in the star of Gemini, and by the way, the ancient and the esoteric sources said that Archangel Michael took over the control and the evolution of humanity in the last from 1878. The Rudolf Steiner said it, other spiritual teachers said it. So actually, it's not always the same host of angelic beings that leads the evolution of humanity and oversees humanity. They swap in different changes. There is evolution, it's not set. And in the last 100 and something years, Archangel Michael took over the protection, the guardianship of humanity, the evolution, so he's become the most powerful archangel currently. And as I said, for the world, something important will be decided, because there is a council between, Sun, Moon, and Archangel Michael, God, Goddess. Something important will be decided. And by the way, let me tell you a little story. You know that when star Aldebaran, the bullseye, is the bullseye actually, Aldebaran, when it moved into the sign of Gemini, it was in 1228 or something like that. It's like 800 years ago or a bit more. When it moved into the sign of, before that it was in the sign of Taurus and Scorpio. And about 900 years ago, it moved into the sign of Gemini and Sagittarius. And this is when the um, wars between Muslims and Christians started, and they were at the peak. This was the Crusades. And because I told you, Aldebaran is the warrior of God. It's a very warlike star, and so is Antares. They both changed signs about 800 years. And since then, the Christian and the Muslim world have been fighting, and there might be some emphasis on that this month for the whole world, some big conflict that escalates, some spiritual even. I don't think will be physical in this course, but big tensions will escalate this month between Christians and Muslims, those two religions. I don't want to do world prophecies. I'm focusing on personal astrology. Let me get back to it. And because why did this happen? Because Gemini and Sagittarius Gemini rules schools of thought. Sagittarius rules beliefs and religions. So when the two warlike stars Aldebaran and Antares, Archangel Michael and the other host, they moved there, all those wars started between schools of thought. What I believe, what I think is right, which is ridiculous, but this is how currently in the current age, Archangel Michael works through the sign of Gemini, which means that the spiritual warfare is happening through our minds. Gemini is in our thoughts. So this is how you either choose the dark or the light side in your thoughts. You know, this internal dialogue, should I do it? Should I cheat, or should I steal this? Or, oh no, I shouldn't. You know, this is the war that's happening between light and dark, which became prevalent since 800, 900 years ago when Aldebaran, the star of Archangel Michael, and Antares, they moved into Gemini and Sagittarius. Sorry. And it continues. So we'll be asked in June, collectively, each one of you, for each sign will be in different level. We'll speak about that in the prediction for each sign. For each sign will be, for each person, depending on the ascendant, the moon or sun, this internal warfare, and this will happen on a different level. And I'm not predicting bad things, don't worry, you know, because who won the war? You know, it's in esoteric circles, and it's known that Archangel Michael wins over Satan, wins over the dark forces. So there is the emphasis on Aldebaran. So most of us will make the right choice eventually. The light, the right, the one, the God's will prevail in this battle. It's not Antares that is emphasized. Okay, it's on the opposite side. There will be resistance. There will be inner struggle. There will be the need to make some, you know, to choose from right and wrong. Sagittarius is right and wrong. Gemini is to choose something, to make the, you know, but the final results, I'll tell you, by the end of the month will be that what will prevail is the morally right one, the one with the higher spiritual truth within, the right thing. And actually, even if you take for a little bit in June the wrong choice, very quickly, the angelic hosts of Archangel Michael will come to correct your course and push you into the right direction. But there will be this internal moral battle, spiritual battle, warfare within, that can manifest in the outside world for you as well. And we'll have to choose between right and wrong with our thought. We have to choose between discriminate, you know, because the ruler of this new moon is Mercury. Mercury is to discriminate, think, you know. We'll have to discriminate about the good and the bad, some good or bad choice that will, and actually it will be a new opportunity that presents to us, a new person, something new that comes, and you have to keep your mind on in June, who is the light, who is the dark. Is this a good idea to do or not a good idea to do? And you have an internal battle, but this one will prevail, guys, the forces of light. And I think so, you know. And I would advise you to call on Archangel Michael during this month. And to call Archangel Michael, there's a lot of small prayers. You can make your own. Archangel Michael is always depicted with a sword. He is the warrior of God. He's there to fight for the right, for us to do the will of God, to banish our enemies, to banish, you know, the dark forces, the forces that can seduct us, that can move us away from the right path. So envision this dark warrior on your left side, Archangel Michael, on the right side, comes to us, and his angels from the right side. So our guardian angels, they stay on the right side. of us. Imagine always when you're in a difficult situation in June, this warrior, resplendent being of light, and it's kind of blue. This crystal blue, imagine this is the color of Archangel Michael, crystal blue, just like the advertisements of toothpaste, Colgates and stuff, they have this bright crystal blue. This is the color of Archangel Michael. And envision such an angel next to you when you have to make a difficult decision, when something new, because this new moon means something new will be presented to you, something that can lead to great abundance, because Aldebaran, the star of Archangel Michael, is known as the star of wealth and leadership and abundance, and the star of honors and titles, of great opportunities. So something of a great opportunity will come. There will be a grain that you have to discriminate there between the right and the wrong, between being seducted into the darker side as well, but an opportunity of great strength that can lead to abundance, that can lead to wealth, because Aldebaran is the star of the biggest wealth, and leadership. So basically recognition, an opportunity for recognition will come to us collectively. For every person on a different level, maybe for someone it might be something small, for someone can be something much bigger, and we'll have to battle it out in our own self to do the right thing. But you have this powerful archangel behind you, on your right side, that is helping you through that. And by the way, envisioning this blue color will help. Also, the symbol of Aldebaran is this a cross with 4 circles. That's it. So you can write the symbol in June around you on the new moon to give you strength to do the right thing, to choose the thing that will lead you to the blessing of Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is also known as the liberator. It's with a sword. When we cut cords in esoteric circles, we call cords as things that connect us to addictions, to obsessions with others, to negative thoughts, because we're connected energetically to those such things. And when there is a cord, there's constant feed loop with a dark entity, or with someone that is stealing your energy, or someone that you broke up years ago, but they're still draining energy because you think of them, you can't forget them. So those cords that are formed, that drain us, that undermine us, Archangel Michael, we call him with the sword to cut those cords. So with this new moon, you can call on Archangel Michael to cut those cords, and when he cuts those cords, you're liberated. Archangel Michael brings a lot of freedom. And not only that, but as I said, it's the star of most abundance, of wealth, of reputation, of success. Some of the biggest leaders and in the world have had Antares on their sun, or moon, or ascendant. Kennedy had it. The current president has it as well, but he also has Antares opposite on his moon. So maybe there is like a lot of within him, fighting between the light and the darkness, that maybe it's not visible for others. I think it's pretty obvious that he has this struggle within. But some very powerful names in history, they have Aldebaran strong. They're very strong personality, very charismatic, and this star will give us a lot of strength now, a lot of strength to start new beginnings that lead to more abundance, to more prestige, to take the right decision, to banish the wrong choices in our life, to cut the cords with temptation and the darker energies as well. So you can paint this symbol. I always like, when I have a bath, I paint shower. I paint on the mirror of the shower, or I draw on my hands, or you can just carry a little of the sigil. It's called symbols or sigils or something, of the star Aldebaran symbol to protect you, which calls the power of Archangel Michael. And actually, the star Aldebaran, connected to Archangel Michael, rules 3 inches above the breast. So around this area here. So some of you might start feeling symptoms here. I would advise you to massage that area as well. That's kind of where the lungs are, kind of around the heart area as well. Some of you might feel like clogging there. Some of you might feel like palpitations or worry or tensing here. And I would say, like, you have to check with your doctor. Don't say, oh, it's Archangel Michael, and then I'll go to prison because I told you it's Archangel Michael. But if some of you are feeling tensions, pains, or some certain symptoms here, it might be, for some of you, might be an amazingly warm feeling around the new moon in the month ahead. But Archangel Michael and Aldebaran, they work through a chakra somewhere here, through that area of the body. And because he's doing cleansing, cutting of cords, and new beginnings that are trying to open paths for more abundance in your life, trying to release traumas, trying to, because Archangel Michael does all those things with his sword. And his other name is loving kindness. So yes, he's warrior, he's fierce, but he's doing it out of loving kindness for us, to liberate us. So if you're feeling some heavy symptoms here, there is liberation and things going out. And by the way, Natalia is doing, as I said, in June, 3 webinars that are about, they're very therapeutic, about releasing trauma. Especially specifically for women, they're releasing trauma. Maybe a man can take it as well, because it will be working with trauma and pain that is held. And I think that would be quite aligned with the astrology of the star Aldebaran and Archangel Michael. Cutting of cords with the past, healing of the feminine energy. But there is a free webinar on the 5th. You have to wear a dress, because we'll do exercises that are connected with celebrating the feminine energy, building it up as well. But anyway, going back to the star Aldebaran, according to Hermes, the books of Hermes that were recently translated, many thousands of years old, Aldebaran has the nature of Jupiter and Mars. That's why it makes the best leaders, because Jupiter is inspiration, vision, faith, confidence. Mars is action, to take definitive steps. So when you combine both, this makes the best leaders. So on our personal level, it means that this new moon will bring us the vision, Jupiter, the inspiration of what is right to do, and Mars, the action to go after it. And the resistance might come from our old habits, from laziness, from this internal battle that I told you, but I've always done things differently. But this Aldebaran is just so powerful. As I told you, people born with Aldebaran, they're like steam trains. They're like they have lustful life, for sex, for insatiable lustful life and sex, and extraordinary energy. They sleep 3 or 4 hours only. If you know people like that, you probably notice that this the energy. So we collectively are getting access to that energy. And if you tap into it, it will give you insatiable energy for life, for new beginnings, insatiable energies to do some extraordinary feats that require your willpower. Other times that you don't have the willpower currently, just like a warrior, Archangel Michael is a warrior, ultimately requires a lot of fearlessness and willpower. The same way we'll be given that this dispensation with this new moon for a month to do something amazing or extraordinary with that energy. A new beginning that can lead to more abundance, to take leadership and executive decisions for our lives that liberate us from the dark, that open path for us. But don't be careful as well, because Aldebaran is known. What is it? Aldebaran is the star, the right star, the right eye in the bull, the constellation of the bull. Have you heard the expression to hit the bull's eye? This is the bull's eye, comes from the constellation of Taurus, where Aldebaran is the bull's eye. So the bull's eye is a target. You become a target. And there is often people with Aldebaran strong in their horoscope. They are target of a lot of attacks. And President Kennedy became a target, unfortunately. And you see President Donald Trump is being targeted as well, being attacked. And people that have this planet strong, or this star strong, yes, they give an extraordinary power, and they usually win, but there is a lot of internal battle that's happening. A lot of their life is not calm. In the same way, this month on a collective level for us is not going to be calm on certain levels, depending where the new moon falls, which we'll talk in a little bit for each of the 12 signs. There will be some battle. There will be some fight that's happening. There will be some restlessness. And also, because this is Aldebaran is like a gate for life. It's like robust robust, lustful life and energy. So there'll be like a huge influx of energy in that area of your life that you feel. And because you start shining so bright there, those new ideas, you get attacked either by your, fears, because I think it's going to be more of an internal war that you get attacked by your doubts, because Neptune is making square. You can't do it. Like this new moon on Aldebaran tells you, yes, I'm going to do this new thing there in my life. For example, for some it might be career, for some it might be something else. Yes, I'll have the courage. Yes, angels are with me, to take my path to more abundance, to more the right direction in life, to use that willpower. And then fears, Neptune come, doubts, someone undermining, Neptune works surreptitiously, undermines, when it's a hard aspect, undermines your confidence. And usually it might be your own mind, and it might be another person as well. And so you have to be careful a little bit there, because you feel like, just like the bullseye is a target, you might feel target of negative thoughts. You might feel like a target of actual attacks from others, especially if you come with new ideas that are because Aldebaran is very ambitious star. So with ambitious plans for your life that you want to start now, with ambitious opportunities that come to you, if you're not undermining yourself, you might feel like others telling you, I don't think, or others attacking you when they start seeing your light is shining bright, or you might feel like you're the target of others. So be careful, these energies are around. But what will help you is the sign Gemini, internal talk. So I advise you this month to do a lot of positive self-talk. You'll be talking to yourself a lot, because some extraordinary opportunity will come for you, some extraordinary sense of force and inspiration to do something right, to start a new beginning, to do something that requires feat of will for you, that the whole hordes of angelic beings will want to help you, but might be self-sabotaging others, so you have to keep self-talk or positive prayer, to keep that to do the best out of it. Okay, but there is a knight in shining armor. This is what Archangel Michael is known as knight of shining armor, who is trying to help us all collectively. So let's look a little bit how each of the signs will be affected with this new moon in Gemini. I call it this Archangel Michael new moon. I'll keep talking to it about like that. And I have cards here, and I'm going to pull a card for each one of you, for each of the 12 signs. They're Archangel Michael cards. I was like, I found them, I had them as a gift, and I said, okay, this is the first time I'll ever use them, because it's the Archangel Michael new moon. And the Archangel Michael month. This June is the month of Archangel Michael. What message is he going to have for you? But we'll look at the astrology and we'll pull a card. So for Aries, if you're Aries rising, sun or moon, this new moon, what is Archangel Michael trying to help you do? It's in the 3rd house. Archangel Michael is going to bring some extraordinary, lustful life and new opportunities connected through new contacts. You can meet someone influential, someone like Aldebaran, where the new moon is in, influential, powerful, inspirational, someone who brings light and who is like a warrior for God or whatever, someone with extraordinary financial success. It can work on different levels, because Aldebaran is spiritual leadership or material wealth as well. And so you can meet and create the contact with someone. So it's for you. You have to embrace that to create those contracts. There'll be a lot of communication, information, meeting new people that can open the door to extraordinary opportunity for you. Opportunity that is under the guide of Archangel Michael, the liberator, Archangel Michael, who is doing God's work, and there might be some inner struggle within as well. You might feel like, because as I said, the star Aldebaran, where the new moon is in, it is about the inner fight within yourself. Fear, should I go there? Overcoming those fears and doing the right thing and discerning, because there'll be a lot of contacts and people that appear in your life. 3rd house is to connect, and they might be business contacts. 3rd house is like that, or to exchange ideas. and small group environments where you can communicate people, where you can meet a lot of new people that excite new opportunities for you. But there might be some power struggle that happens there, some kind of, you have to choose to discriminate the right people there as well, and to ask Archangel Michael to protect you, that you don't get invaded too much. It's also third house is messages, and Archangel Michael was the messenger to Sarah when she was 90 years old. He announced a miracle that she's going, and Abraham, I think, that they're going to have a child. So Archangel Michael is known as an announcer of miracles. So you might receive a message, a piece of information, an email, an invitation, a document, or a written or spoken proposal of some sort, or just information that is kind of borders on miraculous, that kind of borders on extraordinary of some sort, a message that is given to you from God. So, and also there might be the opportunity for travel. It's like, oh my God, I'm Aries. Everything of that is happening. We're doing our retreat, and some opportunities for traveling can appear for you, Aries, for moving a lot, for meeting new people. Embrace it. They can be the flooding in of light in your life through that. Some new opportunities for business, commercial activities, third house rules that, marketing, advertising, new ideas that can come to you. And again, always try to do the morally right thing, because Aldebaran, when you take something that is morally polluted, that you do it with the selfish motivation, Aldebaran punishes. Not punishes, but this is God's warrior. He's ruthless. If you're doing it for selfish reasons, it can be some pretty severe consequences. You have this resplendent warrior that is protecting the morality and purity. So all those involvements, business, social activity, try to do them from a pure point of view, and this to use the information that you receive, which will be powerful in a positive way as well. And it's about learning as well, skills, new information. It can be God's way of trying to help liberate you through Archangel Michael. The new moon is happening on his star to liberate you with some wisdom that allows you to open doors for more abundance, allows you to open doors. The star of the balance is for career prosperity, for abundance, for prestige. And it's good to take courses or classes of any sorts to study if you can. Just to remind you, we have a course with Nikola Stojanovic on the 8th of June on what planets and signs rules, their rulership, what they mean, and it's 30% off. And we have money marathons happening, a whole month reprogramming the mind, and we have cleansing of the feminine energy, healing of trauma, 3 webinars, therapeutic with Natalia. So check those out. And let me see a card for you, Aries, on this new moon. Archangel Michael, give us a card for Aries. Ooh, admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. It's about a message again. Very simple, what is the truth for you? To act according to your highest truth and your praise. I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and acceptance so that I can be lovingly honest with myself and others. So honesty, Archangel Michael calls for you, Aries. Rigorous honesty. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength to be truthful and to act. You Aries usually are good at that. It's almost like you're messengers of truth this month, Aries. Look at that. and even if that hurts or harms others, it means like go according to the truth that you feel within, and Archangel Michael will help you. All right, Taurus, for you, this new moon of Archangel Michael is happening in your second house, and it's definitely connected to abundance. Aldebaran, the star connected with this new moon, is one of the biggest, most important stars of wealth, but it's also a star of executive decision, taking a decision and staying by it and being consistent and persistent with it. So some of you will get new ideas through dispensation from Archangel Michael for you that are connected to create more abundance and wealth in your life. It might be through some course, through something you learned, through something you studied, through new skills that you acquire, because it's in the sign of Gemini. But those skills or new ideas or those new things that you're going to learn, they're going to open a door for abundance for you. They're going to open a door for financial opportunity for you. So especially after the new moon, 5th, 6th, If you want to do something important with your money, if you want to buy something, if you want to invest something, if you want to invest in yourself, if you want to purchase something, whether especially something educational, something that improves your skills and knowledge, which is Gemini, do it then, because it's going to have a very positive influence on you. Sorry, that's my mom. She's Gemini moon. But financial opportunity is going to come to you, and you have to choose from right and wrong. And there'll be an internal battle with you. You might be self-sabotaging, saying, no, that can't be true. This is not going to happen. Neptune squaring there. And as I said, Aldebaran is a star where always you become like a bullseye's target. You become a target. And I think it's of internal self-doubting forces that you'll feel undermined. But actually, in some extreme cases, some of you might feel attacked about their possessions, about their self-worth. Second house is the self-worth. And challenged in some way. Challenged to stand up for their self-worth, what they consider valuable, to protect their resources as well. So call for support from Archangel Michael. And sorry. And stop, Mom. And call from that support. And you're going to get new opportunities financially, materially. I'm going to look at your questions after that. Sorry, I haven't. I'll check them after that. And as I said, you might be able to take some really definitive decision, like a leader does. Like, bam, like, what did Trump do? Close the borders. I mean, it might be crazy decision, but when Taurus is involved, we are uncompromising. We go like into the battle, and we're like, that's it. I'm starting this new thing, and this new thing is going down the road to bring more abundance, more self-worth, more improved self-worth, and better comforts in life. All right, and you might even call to cut off people from your life that undermine your self-worth, that maybe tell you, oh, you can't make it. So second house is self-worth. How much do you think worth? Or who tell you, you're charging too much, or you should be doing this for free. You're spiritual worker, you can't do this. Like someone who's undermining your self-worth and what you're worthy about. Archangel Michael can help you with this new moon. Cut them off and just move to, and actually you can meet a powerful person and gain knowledge from them, who is very powerful at creating and mastering material prosperity, because the second house is about that, resources, material prosperity. And you can rewire your brain because it's in Gemini. Gemini is how you think. There might be an internal, like learning something new about money that comes as an opportunity for you, Taurus, that will allow you to expand your wealth. Take a course, doing a wealth marathon, a whole month of rewiring the brain. It's $99 only. I think it becomes a bit more in a few days after that, where every day you're doing exercises, rewiring your brain. Or you can just meet an important, powerful person who teaches you something new. You learn some new skill, which can open a door to more, to you believing, having more self-worth in yourself, and then that expands your material finances as well. All right, let's pull a card for you, Taurus. I'm not a professional card player. I just pull occasionally cards. Okay, go forward fearlessly, Taurus. That's a brilliant message from Archangel Michael. For this month, it's saying, thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love, that my true life and my true life's purpose. Sounds pretty awesome. Go ahead fearlessly is the message. All right, Gemini, many of you are blessed to be born around when the sun is, if you're born on the 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 31st of May, 1st, 2nd, 3rd of June, you naturally have the support of Archangel Michael's, the prince of all angels with you. These people usually do something. They're here to do some feat. They're given a lot more life energy. They're given a lot more physical energy than others, because something much more is expected of them. Or if it's your sun or moon, a sun, moon, or ascendant in Gemini, and if it's close to that star, I mean, your mission will be triggered very likely with this new moon. Your dispensation, the dispensation of Archangel Michael, he has a special mission for you to do some kind of leadership in the world, to do some kind of inspiration for others, to be a spokesman through Gemini. Gemini currently, Archangel Michael works through words, to be a spokesman of God, a warrior for God, but not with fights and fists, warrior with words, with information, with knowledge, to protect the truth, to protect the, the divine rightness through words and information. So, but all of you Gemini, because it's falling in your sign, you feel this new moon the strongest. This is the time for you to start forward new beginnings. Wait for the new moon. On the days of the new moon, the second, the third, the fourth, while it's still dark moon, you're going to find big downloads of information. And this information comes from pure source because, as I said, it's aligned with Archangel Michael. And it might feel a bit overwhelming to you. A lot of ideas will come that will indicate for you what will be happening in the next 12 months. Even if you can't start them now, write them down. And then after the moon becomes visible on the 4th, do a symbolic first step in that direction. If you decide that you're going to open a company, if you decide, because the new moon, Aldebaran, is about, creating wealth, creating abundance, leadership, being recognized, achievements. Aldebaran rules all of those things. So you're going to take a step. New ideas are going to come to you on all levels, in regards to how to get there, in regards to how to have more prestige, more abundance, in regards to how to walk in the right path according to the will of God. And this new moon will give you extraordinary energy. Aldebaran is the most robust, the most, even lust. Aldebaran is quite a lustful star. Archangel Michael, horny angel, I guess. I don't know. Lust, but it's more like lustful life. When it comes in the archangels, it's not sexual lust. In us human beings, this tremendous energy turns sexual because we don't usually utilize it for creative stuff, for starting new things, for changing the world. And it's just gathers in, and we become super horny, like President Kennedy, like other presidents, or in people that have Aldebaran strong. So, but definitely horniness is in the air, guys, for you Gemini this month. There is the possibility of a very important, influential person to appear in your life, because Aldebaran, Archangel Michael, is very powerful people, knight in shining armor. But it's kind of, this person appears not, it appears that so you can mirror them because it's in your sign. So you're supposed to be, actually you can be in the eyes of others like this rising shining knight in shining armor, that you're fighting for something, that you are trying to protect something that's important for you, that you are using a lot of your willpower to do feats of will, to do some noble, Aldebaran is very noble, some very noble action that will bring you more prestige, more recognition, and as I said, there might be some inner war that's happening within you. So you have to keep the positive self-talk, Gemini. You have to, when you feel doubtful, when you feel like, oh, this is too big, too much, I can't do it. These opportunities that are coming to you, because for them, they're the biggest. They will affect you not just 1 month, a whole year. The whole year is under the influence of Archangel Michael for you. And all those things that I talked about at the start of the video. I don't want to repeat them all. Go back. The first 30 minutes or something, I spoke specifically about you, Gemini, because I spoke about Archangel Michael, about the new moon. So this is, everything I said is valid for you. So what card do we have for you? So this is the biggest month for you this year, Gemini. And God is sending his most powerful warrior to help you. So advice will come, opportunities for abundance, for prestige, and all of those. Guarded and protected. This is what Archangel Michael says. That's pretty much the message. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all our needs are met. And I accept your help gracefully and gratefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. You have very powerful heavenly assistance this month, Gemini. Use it, start new initiatives. They can blossom into something extremely abundant after the 5th of June. Cancer. This new moon is happening in your 12th house. The protection for you is more spiritual. It's more kind of not so much on the material world. It's kind of more the spiritual war that I talked about is going to happen more on an internal soul level for you, because it's in the 12th house. The 12th house is actually the battle of the soul for good over bad. So there'll be a lot of internal war happening inside. Some new opportunity will appear, and it's going to be kind of very private opportunity. It's not going to be, the world is not going to know about it. You're not going to announce it. It might come up first in your imagination. Something is being born with this new moon, but it's in your imagination. It's coming from the subconscious, from the invisible world as an inspiration, as an intuitive insights to you with the new moon. In the whole of June, you're not going to act on it yet. For you Cancers in particular, other signs I can tell them, yes, you're going to act on it a month after that. You have to wait one lunar month for the inspirations that come now in your imagination, in your subconscious, in your dream. In your dreams, Archangel Michael can be working with you with this new moon through your dreams. He can appear to you. He can send messengers to tell you something important, to prepare you for something. And you might even have dreams of spiritual war, choosing right, wrong. And you have to use this month to do your research, to ruminate, to kind of contemplate. The 12th house is very contemplative about those new ideas that are being formed, to research alternative paths, to study, maybe to sit with those feelings. You're very intuitive already, so sit with those feelings. This 12th house, which is very intuitive, is triggered. Archangel Michael is there helping you, like I talked, the angel and the devil sitting on the two shoulders. We now the archangel is like really close to you and is whispering you, and you're getting intuitive insights from them, and he's telling you, what is the things, those ideas that come, they will lead you to down the road to more prosperity. When the new moon in Cancer comes after the eclipse, actually it's preparing you. Actually, this is like a spiritual counsel this new moon is giving you to prepare you for the eclipse in Cancer that's coming after that, a month from now. Because eclipse in Cancers, they indicate your life is turning around from July, in the material, intangible, and physical and visible ways. But now is a preparation stage, and you can start feeling, and you can start getting omens, and you can start noticing 12th house, the house of how the invisible world communicates to us. And now Archangel Michael is communicating, not the devils. He's there, the closest to, in the etheric, in the invisible world, close to you through this new moon, trying to give you counsel. So insights will come, inklings. Be perceptive. You're usually quite perceptive to those signals. And there might be some doubts, of course. It is the 12th house. It triggers fears. But you have a great, how do I say, like you have a great shield against those fears, those self-doubts. 12th house can bring a lot of self-doubts, things from the past that you're thinking. But because it's a new moon, Archangel Michael wants to bring those bubbling, those fears, those self-doubts, those even cords connected to past lifetimes. I told him Archangel Michael cuts cords. He has a sword. And we, in esoteric spiritual work, we call on Archangel Michael to cut those cords. 12 houses with those cords with invisible enemies, like spiritual enemies that attack us. That might be entities, addictions, self-sabotaging behaviors, or even human in the physical flesh that are not good for us. Basically, they're draining our energy. They might not be enemies like doing you black magic and stuff, but there might be someone that is undermines you constantly, or someone that you don't even see every day, someone that you just long for, and you waste your energy on them because you're like, oh, what if he was there? Oh, it was so good with them. Oh, might be a person that passed away. And again, it's good to grieve when someone passes for a year, sometimes two, but if it continues many years, this 12th house, which is the connection with the invisible world, there is a cord that's formed between you and whoever that has left your life, that they drain through this 12th house your life force, your energy. That's why depressions can happen. That's why it's kind of not having energy for anything can happen. And now this new moon, Archangel Michael, God's warrior, comes there with his swords and says, I'm going to help you. Align yourself. Ask me for a prayer. Do a prayer to Archangel Michael. Make the symbol. I told you what the symbol is. Draw the symbol of Archangel Michael, the star Aldebaran. the spiritual warrior of God, to draw it around yourself. It will cut connections with the wrong people, with people that are draining energy for you, either in the flesh or either in the invisible worlds, the entities or whatever, or past people, because you need to be liberated from the past. Also, 12th house is self-sabotaging behaviors, addictions, things that are cutting us, keeping us stuck in the past because we regurgitate them all the time. Again, there is a cord that's connected there. And so this kind of painful cleansing can happen for you, Cancer, by Archangel Michael, by cutting off the cords, so this might be great work, and actually can take some very resolute actions in that direction, because new moon on Aldebaran, the leader, it's, the leaders take steps without being apologetic. They take resolute steps. So you do something internal in your spiritual life, within your kind of consciousness, that's not going to be visible for people outside. It's not going to be like, wow, look, it's an internal work, but that's very liberating you. It's really liberating. That's preparing you for the full moon that comes. Sorry. Мамо, чакай, работя. Айде, чао. Ciao, ciao, Tate. Sorry. Visit. Sorry. Yes. I'm very attached to my parents. They control my every step from the other end of the world. And so there is something that's been holding you back, that's like an underwater boulder for you, Cancers, that has been, that's been tying you to the past. There'll be the cutting of cords with that. And because after that, there is an eclipse in Cancer, the first in 19 years. Well, there was another one, but this one is really powerful. That is with Rahu, with the North Node, because North Node, when there is an eclipse in your sign with the North Node, means something new has to come in a tangible, material, physical way. Your life can turn around very fast then. But before that, you need to cut the cords with the past. And that's what this month is for. So cleansing, healing, if you can join some course, webinar, some ritual to do to cleanse, to cut the cords, do it around the new moon and after that. And allow Archangel Michael to build new cords, to start building new cords, because it's a new moon growth, to start building new cords towards new ideas. And as I told you, they will be coming on the intuitive level, which you can implement from July onwards. We'll be doing a cleansing of the feminine energy, all traumas from the past that are connected to family, to mother, father, to lovers, to people that cheated, hurt us. With Natalia, it's 3 webinars. They're discounted half price if you get 3 of them, the whole of June. So that might be the good thing for you, Cancers, And Cancers, because they are, Cancer is the soul, is connected to, they keep a lot here. They keep the traumas locked in the stomach, around that area as well. And it's a feeling sign, so they hold on to emotions very long. So this new moon really presents you with a powerful opportunity to cleanse before your life turns around from next month. All right, so if you let me pull a card for you, Cancers. Whew. Again, I got the same one for you, Cancers, as for Gemini. It says, you're guarded and protected. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all our needs are met. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. You're having that help, heavenly assistance. So in this process of endings, you're guarded and protected, I guess. All right, so after that, we go to Leo. Leo, for you, the new moon, it's happening in your 11th house. So 11th house is connected to other people. It's a very social house. And the Archangel Michael new moon can indicate that you meet very influential person, someone who can be your benefactor, someone that you can respect and look up to, someone with the extraordinary life force can appear. The Aldebaran star, the Archangel Michael star, someone who might be wealthy, the image of Aldebaran, who might be recognized or respected a lot, someone who is a veritable force of nature in some way. This new moon can be presented to you, can enter your life, can bring some opportunity for you, can open some door for you. So I would advise you, if you're You might be invited to parties, you might be invited to some get-togethers, to go to those social events and activities, because they can open a door to abundance for you in some way. They can open a door to more prestige. They can open a door for, you know, to follow your mission in some way. And 11th house is also a very financial house, house of gains. And there is a new moon there. New ideas will come to you that are connected on how to be more financially gainful. And if you do it in a selfish way, of course, Aldebaran can, it's God's warrior. If it's an immoral and selfish way, only with the, thought for yourself and not for what those financial gains can contribute everyone around you, how you can improve not just yourself, but how you can benefit not just yourself, but how this can be good for others. You'll be given tremendous opportunities if you put this in mind. If you put in mind some new ideas for business, for gains to appear to you, some new contacts that are very beneficial. If you hold the higher good, because Archangel Michael works for, with on God's side, it's not selfish, then you'll be given great opportunities. If you're on the selfish side, be careful. This new moon can take stuff from you. But you might, because as I said, this is the bullseye that the new moon is. You might become like a target, a bullseye target in social situations in some way. But that's because your truth is starting to shine now, because you're aligning to higher powers and you're becoming threatening to someone. You're aligning to a mission of yours. You're aligning to some kind of divine rewards connected to the 11th house. You're aligning to some higher goals. 11th house is like goals, ambitious goals. And that can trigger some people. And you might find yourself that you're kind of being a target somehow. But again, who is the stronger? Archangel Michael's on your side. And please do a lot of internal positive self-talk, Leos. You're good at that. Don't have to tell you that. Because there might be some doubts, because some new ideas in regards to your goals and dreams will appear, opportunity to fulfill some of those new ideas. They might be quite bold, just like Aldebaran is. Quite bold ideas, quite bold opportunities. And you might start second-guessing yourself and doubting and thinking, no, this is not going to happen. Should I start it? Should I not? Well, you should, and allow this positive self-talk. All right. And you might have to discriminate in a social situation, because I remember Archangel Michael is about choose the right over the wrong, to discriminate between the wrong and the right people to affiliate. Some people might be quite tempting for you to affiliate. And this is the card that fell out for you, Leo. And it says, keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Okay. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action towards realizing my dreams. Okay. 11th house that the new moon is happening is the house of dreams and goals. And this card is telling you exactly it's like this new moon is going to allow you to take the action to realize some dream and goal of yours. And and it's going to like call Archangel Michael to release those fears and doubts and to have the confidence and courage to take actions. You're going to take actions towards realizing those dreams, those inner visions and intentions. All right, Leos. Cool. Virgos. Hey, Virgos, this eclipse affects you strong this new moon affects you strong because it's falling into your 10th house, angular house, life-defining house. There will be for you new beginnings, quite inspirational. They come from the angelic host of Archangel Michael. Quite powerful new ideas, desire. Archangel Michael and Aldebaran bring drive and desire and lust, an insatiable lust for achievement when it's in the 10th house, for public recognition. If you've been like me in regards to your career, now you're gonna feel this rebirth of more ambition, more drive in regards to where you want to go into the world, in regards to your how you want to be, your prestige, your social status. Actually, new opportunities can come to you through your career, like a new career projects. That's very powerful. And that brings it's the new moon is on the star of the Baron that rules leadership, that rules reputation, that rules recognition. So what are we seeing here? That this new moon can unlock your door to abundance through either getting a new job, a new project, or some influential person appearing, some authority figure. The 10th house is a boss, authority figure, father-like figure, institution with power that can open a door for you. And Archangel Michael, who is trying to help you with that. And might be quite self-righteous figure, because Archangel Michael is, he always does the will of God. He's God's buddy. So they might feel like someone who thinks they know the best, but these people are benevolent. Just like Archangel Michael wants to help us, they might be quite powerful, overwhelming, those institutional authority figure or person in power, but they open some door for you. So it might be quite a good idea to apply yourself to, after the moon becomes visible from the 5th onwards, to a person in authority, a boss. You can ask for some favor. You can you can approach an influential person, someone who is very visible. The 10th house is up there, visible, high visibility, high, not only just visibility, someone with lots of responsibility, someone with lots of experience, someone with lots of respect and power in the world in some sort. It's like a proven expert or something. So you can approach such people and benefit in some way. Some opportunity can come to you from them. But on another level, this is your own personal career as well. So some of you might be allowed to become a leader, to take a leadership position of a sort, some more visible position, to get a new job, a new career. And that's more aligned with your divine purpose, because it's more aligned with Archangel Michael, who's doing God's will. But you might have an internal struggle and doubts, because some bigger ambitions can appear in regards to your career, in regards to your public status and position, that you're kind of self-doubting, and you might even become a target of public, because the bullseye is Aldebaran. Remember, the bullseye is a target. You might become a target, especially if you're becoming too ambitious, if you're climbing up the social ladder, if you're more influential, if you're having more power, because such opportunities will come for you. You might feel more targeted by others. But who wins? Archangel Michael's on your side. Don't forget to call on him, to call on the angels to help you, and to help you do the right thing, because you'll be put in a leadership role. You'll be asked to take a executive decision in your life, like the 10th houses. Even if you're a student, if you don't have a career, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you'll be asked to take some very definitive decision in your life that defines your career, that defines your status. The 10th house is the house of actions. So you'll be asked to take some new action now, a new course of direction. And more than one opportunities will come, because it comes from the sign of Gemini. It's double influence. And you'll be infused with this extraordinary energy through the star of Aldebaran, this extraordinary drive to go after that. But again, as I said, you might be attacked by others who are saying, oh, this is not going to happen, or in a doubt, oh, this is too much, or oh, why are you going to take such a extreme action? And if you're not someone who is in career yet, you can take first steps towards that, or you can take first steps to make yourself visible to the public in some way. You can take first steps to make yourself known in some way. You can take some very, very definitive decision for your life that changes the direction of your life now. So, but I think there will be some new opportunities that you start working on, and that can bring more abundance, more prestige, maybe in 6 months from now, or when is the full moon in Taurus, in Gemini, in your 10th house. All right, so let's see what card we have for you, Virgo. Explore your options. Look at that. Yay. Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love. Help me see, understand, and assess all my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. There will be options that appear for you, alternatives, because again, it's Gemini. It gives you more than one option about your health, happiness, and life purpose, the 10th house, your highest life purpose and goal. And you have to choose between the right and the wrong. Remember, Aldebaran has this battle between what is right and wrong. Something might be more tempting, but after this internal struggle, and it seems that the angels are protecting you, you'll be guided by Archangel Michael in the right direction. All right. Then, if you are Libra, this is happening, this new moon in your 9th house. Spiritual counsel and guidance, guys. You're getting some guidance. Some of you, maybe you're going to meet a teacher, a very powerful teacher. The 9th house is teachers, gurus, inspirational figures, people that we look up to, people that have they don't necessarily have authority over us. This is the 10th house. They're more like someone who inspires us, like the kind benevolent teacher, like the kind someone who takes you under their wing, and some like a mentor figure, inspirational figure. Some of you might meet or encounter on the internet or encounter by a book some inspirational figure that is very powerful. He's ordained by Archangel Michael, or she is. They're doing a mission for some kind of, of winning of lightness over darkness. This is what Archangel Michael does. So some kind of belief system can be also presented to you that is about how to overcome the darker side of yourself. You might be drawn to such belief systems that are not, always love, always light. No, they'll be more charged with intensity. You'll see the world as a battle stage between darkness and light, because the 9th house is how do we perceive the world? What is your belief system? So you might come across a new belief system or a new kind of perception of reality that it's a battle and I have to choose the light. Or you can choose, but I don't know if there are people here who are trying to choose the dark. I think we're all striving towards, the same. And you have to make a moral choice. The 9th house is a moral choice between right and wrong. What is the right beliefs? What are the wrong beliefs? But some amazing, powerful, tremendous new belief system will be presented, or new idea or new teaching will be presented, a new teacher who blows your mind, who kind of transforms your thinking, because it's Gemini after all, it's Gemini's thinking, your internal, who that transforms and brings new internal conversation in your head that changes your belief system, changes what you believe about your future, changes what you believe what it's possible. And that means rewiring your whole future, rewiring your whole mentality. And 9th house rules crash courses, rules, seminars, webinars about expanding the mind, about abundance, about wealth, about all those, this new wave that it is, that Natalia is doing now as well on our channel, that is about abundance, about positive self-talk, that is about faith, that is about how thoughts determine your reality. This is very 9th house, life coaching, they call it. So something like life coaching can happen, or you might take a course or read something that kickstarts this powerful rewiring, and that leads to more abundance in your life. Because remember, Aldebaran is the star of abundance. Aldebaran is the star in the bullseye. And what is the bull? Abundance, wealth, richness, this kind of cornucopia around you. So something starts to with this new moon, some new ideas flow in through that, some new teacher or something like that. And some travel can happen that leads you to those realizations, to opening a door for abundance, to opening a door about taking executive decisions, about, because Aldebaran is to take executive decision like a leader in regards to your future. 9th house is the future, in regards to your vision for the future. Some of you might take an executive decision for something to do with a trip, traveling. Some travel can be life-changing and transform your thinking. Funny enough, my husband we're moving to Europe, so that's happening in his 9th house. You might meet teachers, foreigners. You can meet people of powerful influence, a powerful spiritual influence that are rewiring your brain, that are bringing just by their presence. You don't have to study with them or something. Just with their presence, it's so abundant, it's so powerful, it's so inspirational, that you start vibrating differently, start seeing the world differently. Libras. So inspirations will come to you for sure, and newfound faith, and lust to explore the possibility of the mind, the possibility of the human consciousness. Opportunities to study something for some of you might appear. New opportunities to take courses, classes. All of a sudden you might feel inspired to study a totally new university degree or something like that, and it can be, 9th house is very promotional house, where you can inspire others. You can start some new beginnings that will have powerful material benefits for you later on, and even lead to more prestige, that are connected to traveling, to teaching, that are connected, ninth house rules, teaching, coaching, that are connected to publishing, to inspirational work of any sort. So Libra, yeah, this is the blessings of Archangel Michael are flowing to you from foreign countries, from expanding your mind. And if you want to learn with us, we're doing a money marathon in July, 1 month of rewiring the brain. We're doing in June the healing of feminine energy as well, healing therapeutical 3 webinars of cleansing traumas from painful experiences. And we're also doing a webinar with Nicola Stojanovic on the 8th of June. If you want to join us on, it's 30% off on rulerships and what planets and signs rule. Okay, let's take a card for you, Libra, now. Oh, new beginnings and a fresh start. And the ninth house is very refreshing. The ninth house is like a new perspective that you gain. Look how this archangel is like flying above the sun or the earth, and it's expanded. It's like it has a broader vision. That's exactly what a new moon in the ninth house brings. A broader vision, a higher perspective that makes you see the whole world rather than just your own personal. And you see, like, my God, the world and reality is so much bigger, so much more powerful things are possible, so much more amazing things that I thought possible are possible. You see that the earth is not flat, that the earth is round, and you see reality from the higher perspective. So great insights come. And this is what the prayer says for you. Thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support, and for helping me release and heal my past. So there'll be a release of that. Fill me with trust as I experience those life changes, Libra. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, the new moon is happening in your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is a hidden private house. And this new moon, remember what I said, it's for all the water signs. It's for you. This new moon will be more about cutting cords because it's happening. Remember, I told you that Archangel Michael rules this new moon. Archangel Michael is with a sword. It cuts the cords of attachments and the things that are draining us to the invisible worlds, whether it's addictions, whether it's usually for you, your water signs, it's emotional attachments. And those emotional attachments can turn into addictions of any sorts. But something that we're clinging to that is draining our energy, that is undermining us, that is self-sabotaging us. It might be a past love. It might be, addictions. It might be a person. But these are the store rooms, the 8th house, the 12th house, the 4th house, and for you, Scorpio, it's in the 8th house. Is the storerooms of where we store those, these are very subtle psychic processes when we form connections to others and to things that are no longer productive for us, but they continue to draw our life force. And we kind of tuck them, compartmentalize that. We try not to, face it. But this new moon says, Archangel Michael will be working for you to cut cords, just like with Pisces and Cancers. Cords from the past, especially cords connected to your traumas. And there will be opportunities that come, new opportunities for healing. 8th house is deep transformational healing, turning 180 degrees. It might even create some little shock initially for you, this new moon. Something suddenly can appear in your life that shocks you, that surprises you, that turns things around for you, that makes you that slaps you out of a state, out of a stagnation. 8th house, for me, I see it like a tornado. You're here and it grabs you and it spins you and it leaves you and you're like, what happened? Let me get my bearing. Or this new moon, and this is also the traumas that we store from big traumas and tragedies that happen, or big, sometimes not even tragedies, some just big changes that we can't process, and they go this way, we hold it. It's also, I'd call it the pain body sometimes, the 8th house. And you Scorpios are connected to the 8th house. That's why we know that Scorpio has the biggest pain body, like they carry deeper pain than others. They carry deeper feelings and because they lock in the traumas within their cells almost. Water, Scorpio is fixed water. It can't move. Water needs to flow, but it's like frozen there. And water, what is it? Feelings and emotions. So they kind of locked in painful feelings and emotions much deeper. But the 8th house is the answer to thawing or to breaking through that ice, breaking through that trauma. And this new moon with Archangel Michael new moon, he's known as a healer as well. He's there with his sword to cut connections with the past, with the darker forces that are holding us back, with our inner demons. The 8th house naturally rules our inner demons, and the 12th house to some extent, but 8th house in particular, that rules panic attacks, fears. It rules, fears that makes us freeze. It rules self-destructive tendencies. So Archangel Michael is helping cut cords with that. It's helping disconnect you from that. So make the symbol of Archangel Michael, make a prayer to him, because you're going to be kind of liberated from the past in some way, especially more traumatic past and things that you felt betrayed by. And Archangel Michael can trigger some tremendous healing. It's going to happen through your mind because the sign Gemini is there. Something's going to flip here. And if you can do some healing now, if you can do some workshops, seminars that cut cords, that do therapeutic, psychological healing, it can be you're supported by angels or archangels, by the host of Archangel Michael, basically, for that work. It will be so much, you call him, he'll be there, he'll help. And Natalia is doing a cleansing and trauma healing, 3 seminars in June. They're 50 or 40% off if you check them off, for healing of the feminine energy through many lifetimes of rapes, of hurt, of betrayal, of our parents, if they hurt us in some way. The healing, she's doing a deep therapeutic work. And if you don't do it with us, doesn't matter. It's fantastic for you to do some deep therapeutic work this month, Scorpios. On another level, on a material level, the 8th house, the house of resources that come to us from others. Do you know that we block our abundance through the traumas that we experience? If we've been betrayed, and often for Scorpio, it's part of their kind of destiny to have been betrayed in some way, not to trust so much, and to learn to overcome this trust issue in this lifetime. So the answer to it is the 8th house. It's the house of transformation. So when we get betrayed, we close ourselves to the universe. When we carry our pain body, Scorpios, we close them and we can't receive abundance back. And because we're fearful, and no system can maintain itself on its own. It has to have a constant exchange. And the 8th house is what we receive from others, how open we are to support and help from others. And you Scorpios, it's part of your destiny to learn to open yourself to others, to learn to trust others, even though this is your biggest challenge, because Scorpio has been betrayed so many times. Often, they can sense the impure motivations of others. Even if you haven't been betrayed, you come with a knack to sense when someone is bullshitting, when someone wants to use you, and you have this radar. And that's why often Scorpios close themselves, build those walls, self-control, because they're like, humanity is dark, I don't. But your ultimate mission is to open yourself to that, so you can, this amazing number 8 flow can happen between you and others. And when Scorpio manages to do that, Scorpio becomes one of the wealthiest people, because Scorpio is the sign what we receive from others, and that's why Scorpio rules big money and big investments and big abundance. So when Scorpio are able to heal those traumas and open themselves to others and trust others, the universe starts giving them so much. It comes to them from others. Others offer them ideas and stuff and money and resources, and they just start, they go into the flow of abundance. So Scorpios, something like that might be happening for you. With Archangel Michael wants to cut the cords, do some healing with this new moon, and open that what's that called? Of abundance, that flow between you and others, receiving from others. But you have to be willing to give and open yourself as well. So there is like a healing that will allow you to start opening yourself to others. But you might experience some inner turmoil during this period, as I said, You have to choose between right and wrong. You have to know that you can overcome those things. Also, there can be opportunities for new financial resources that come to you from others, business ideas that come to you from others. Some person, some secret person in power can enter your life. Someone that is very has tremendous power, financial power, or might be spiritual power, it might be reputational power, because Aldebaran rules all of those things. But it's someone that you meet in private or in person, because the eighth house is a hidden house, and someone who can influence you in such more private way, to private support, more hidden money, opportunities for hidden money as well, that come to you. Also, there might be new opportunities to invest in something with other people, new opportunities to do some kind of healing work, as I said, therapeutic work. I think I mentioned everything. Okay, let's see, Scorpio. What card do we get to you? Detach from the situation. What did I tell you? It's about cutting cords. Look at that mighty angel with the sword coming up. And what is it saying? Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachments to fear or drama, so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me in this situation. Guys, yes, some drama might be stirring or might be stirred. There's drama around Scorpio always, even though they keep it under control. It's like one is like the war within them. The spiritual war is always going the most with Scorpios. No other sign has it. It's like, when you're born on the sign of Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Scorpio, you come here to choose a side, the spiritual war. This is the definitive, it's a life of initiation into light or darkness. Scorpios can go very dark and go very light. Usually other signs, they've already chosen their path and they're just moving in one direction. For it's like a definitive life of initiation into a high stage. So look at that, cutting cords. Cutting flaming sword, cut away detachments to fear or dramas, and allow me to be centered here. This is what's happening for you this month. All right. So the next sign we have is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this new moon of Archangel Michael is happening in your 7th house. Someone says I'm over every sign, lol. Someone says, I'm taking more responsibility to start my Reiki practice. Scorpio rising, fantastic. If you're Scorpio, 8th house is energy healing. New moon in your 8th house, in the sign of Gemini business, on the star of leadership and executive decision, go for it. This is the month once the moon becomes visible. This can be this other type of new beginnings, starting a healing business, transformational therapy on you if you're Scorpio. All right, sorry, Sagittarius. Let's come back to Sagittarius. This new moon is in your 7th house. Archangel Michael might bring a very powerful person to you through some business partner, through some partner to collaborate with, some partner that has angelic qualities of some sort. They're working for the light. They're working to, and you as Sagittarius, you have the star Antares in your sign. I know Sagittarius is a light sign, but the constellation of Scorpio is behind you. So you have also internal battle within. And there is someone that enters this life with this new moon that might be illuminated like Archangel Michael illuminates, like a wise counsel that comes to you. I don't think it's going to be from the invisible worlds. It's more like a real person, because the 7th house is someone real person that comes to you, that gives you wise advice, that counsels you out, advise you. If you're wondering what decision to take, go and advise and talk with someone. God will send you like a very powerful, clear person with a clear message, who will advise you. It might be someone that you contact professionally, a reader, or it might be a friend, or it might be just trust that, if you're having some trouble, if you need to take an important decision in your life, consult with someone, because the good advice, this angelic energy and support of Archangel Michael, this purity of thought and purpose is getting clarified to you from another person. This is going to be someone who is almost like a leader, can come into your life. A powerful person who takes decisions well, who takes decisions on the spot, who might be abundant person as well, or someone with prestige, someone with recognition of some sort. This is all Aldebaran, the bullseye. And you might make a collaboration with such a person for business. The seventh house is a business house, to collaborate for work or something like that. You might make a commitment to such a person. On another level, Aldebaran is the knight in shining armor, God's warrior. For some of you, not all of you, if you're Sagittarius, there might be a person coming, a knight in shining armor. If you're a man, it might be a woman, have strong spiritual strength and integrity, have strong material strength, and of strong presence and willpower that comes into your life. It might be business, it might be personal, it might be even relationship-wise for you. Actually, for some of you, it might be that something really good happens for their partner, if they're married or business partner, that comes through them, some light, some, but there might be a power struggle, let me tell you, because the star Aldebaran opposes the star Antares in your sign, Sagittarius. So you might have this internal dialogue. Should I not? The devil, the angel. What is the right thing to do? Ooh, you'll be having to take some important decision, and some counsel will help in that decision, but try and stick to positive internal talk, and not surprises, but some support comes to you from others. And through your relationships, actually, if you want to cut cords with relationships, Archangel Michael there, even though it's a new moon is about building new things, but you can build up, like you can undertake some activity, like a therapy or whatever, that cuts cords specifically to ex-partners or specifically to people in your life that are challenging for you. Seventh house is all other people, basically. Marriage partners, sex partners that you had. And you can undertake some either counseling, or you can undertake some spiritual little ritual or prayer, it can be that you get new ideas that inspire you, and you're able to cut cords with other people, that with someone that's been keeping you back. And there'll be a lot of new people that appear as well. I think some, maybe not many, but at least one or two that are quite important, and that new opportunity comes in the life of your partner themselves. And if you have personal business partners or clients, new ones can appear more, or new ideas can come through them as well. So pay attention to what's coming through others. It's like the angels are talking to you through them. Okay. The spiritual partnerships of some sort. What is it saying? A favorable outcome. Look at that, guys. Look, it's holding the balance, this archangel. Archangel Michael, the seventh house, is the house of Libra, isn't it? The house of making a decision, and the house of should I do it, should I not do it, is the Libra, So here we're saying thank you for the beautiful outcome to this situation, which is perfect and fair for everyone involved. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me trust and have faith. Okay, it's becoming clearer now how this is going to play out, actually, this new moon for many of you. There will be, especially towards the full moon, towards the middle or the 20th of the month, there will be an outcome of some situation. And this outcome will be connected to not only you, but to other people. If there was seventh house also rules enmities, fights with others, some misunderstanding, it will be resolved to the good through Archangel Michael, through this new moon that's giving a boost. Like a new idea will come to you, new circumstances that will resolve some situation that involves not only you but others, a partner, whatever, and that's going to be for the best and the highest good of everyone. Good outcome comes there. It might be with a business partner, it might be with a marriage partner, it might be with the client, All right, then we have Capricorn. Capricorn, this new moon of Archangel Michael is happening in your sixth house. All right, this is more connected to, interesting, in astrology, the sixth house is known as the house of war and the house of fighting. In ancient astrology, in modern, they say is the seventh house. No, the seventh house should be of harmony. And, the sixth house is more like before you reach harmony. So this new moon might illuminate and give an answer of some inharmonious situation, of this balance, of lack of balance, of victimhood as well. Sixth house, the house of victimhood, where we feel like, oh, poor me, I'm sick, uh, or my husband, controls me, doesn't give me money, and beats me up. When you're locked in some kind of servitude, some kind of slavery, some kind of a situation where you feel a victim, this is the sixth house. And this new moon is Archangel Michael coming and saying, I'm going to cut those cords. I'm going to give you new ideas. Gemini, it's the sign Gemini that the new moon is happening. New ideas. Someone might share it with you. Someone might, you might read it somewhere. Geminis find new alternative methods, learn new techniques, new methods, new skills. That will help get you out of a very physically restraining situation. The sixth house is the house of addictions as well. We're talking not psychological so much. We're talking about physical addictions. Might be addictions to pills, might be to painkillers, to sugar, to caffeine, to alcohol, to cigarettes. The one that has physical consequences. Self-medicating is the sixth house. So we might be self-medicating with smokes, with whatever. So Archangel Michael comes and says, I'm going to try and really 6th house rules slavery and servitude, being in service to something, being bound to something, like paying your karma there. You might be in service to someone, that you're working for someone who is kind of been abusing you or not taking good care of you, or someone that it no longer feels like good work. It just feels like bondage of some sort. It feels like treachery. So Archangel Michael comes with this new moon and says, you're going to learn something. I'm going to send you some information. I'm going to send you advertisement in the newspaper. I'm going to send you a message. Gemini, it's after all, it's happening in Gemini. I'm going to send you someone who's going to say something, or just like ideas in your head that are going to liberate you from some bondage, that are going to cut off the karma of some health problem as well. And this is a health problem that is self-created, that is due to not treating the body right, not eating well, to overworking yourself, to stresses, to something in your lifestyle. This is not this is a health issue that they can be the cutting of cords with, or the finding of new solutions, of new information, Gemini, that can liberate you, like Archangel Michael wants. And Archangel Michael is known as a healer as well. And almost like you're going to hit the bull's eye with the right information, because Aldebaran is the bull's eye with the right information, Gemini, to get out of some shitty situation, out of a situation of health problem, or out of a situation of imbalance, out of a situation of where you're victimized, And by the way, if you are victimizing someone, sixth house is the bully house, so it's the victim and the bully. So if you've been someone who criticizes you, or if you're the one doing that, there will be a new moon there that you'll be made, they might appear like someone to victimize you now, that is acting through the balancing act of the archangel host of Archangel Michael. But on another level, for some of you, it can indicate cutting cords with old jobs and finding a new job, Capricorn. So try and act on that, because there is like this tremendous, extraordinary energy behind the star Aldebaran, and Aldebaran is connected to well-being and abundance and prestige. So you can find a more prestigious job. Some of you can take some project behind some work project that leads to more prestigious results, for example. You can also there will be a battle within, of course. This is the star Aldebaran, between good and evil. But this is, as I said, it's kind of the Archangel Michael wins over. And some opportunities will come to you through workmates or through your work environment that can lead to more opportunities for growth, that can lead not just for more opportunities, more abundance. And also it's about cutting cords with toxic and unhealthy substances, sixth house, environment, or people as well. Archangel Michael, as I said, he cuts cords. This new moon can help with that. You receive important information that can help you change that. Also, it can be about new health routines that you start. Actually, Archangel Michael is there to bring you willpower to do those new health routines or daily routines. Wealthy people, successful people, people in happy relationships, they have their routines that they practice religiously. For example, successful marriages, they have, and sixth house rules our routines. as well. They would have like a rule that they go twice a year on a holiday, just the two of them, that they spend at least 1 hour without telephones talking to each other every day directly, that they have sex that they have 1 day a week where they have 24 hours without kids, just they work on it with special routines that they don't break. Also, rich people, they have routines that they don't postpone, that they wake up in the morning, that they do something. So the routines actually make it's not the routines that make your whole success, but that they keep that vibration. So that can be a fantastic time for you to introduce new routines and new practices, daily practices, which are divinely inspired. They come from light. Whatever information you get for such things, it will come from pure sources, from Archangel Michael, the liberator, that can lead you to more abundance and prosperity down the line. So incorporating such new routines, health habits, eating habits is fantastic. And actually, taking on some new, incorporating better new things into your health, better new, and as I said, Archangel Michael can cut cords as well with the past, but this time, because it's a new moon, it's not going to be you focusing so much on what to remove from your lifestyle and daily routines, but more is what new to incorporate that's going to lead you to better, to those routines that establish more abundance in life, that establish more walking the right path, that establish more strength that Archangel Michael wants to give. By the way, Natalia is doing money marathon. She will impose for 30 days into your mind practices. It's all practical stuff. It's going to be like clean your house, order your desktop. The sixth house is all about ordering, putting order. And funny thing is that abundance flows when there is order. And one of the first things that you do if you want to be wealthy is to clean your house, to clean your purse, to throw out old clothes, dirty clothes. And Natalia teaches all of this, and you're going to be doing this if you join the Money Marathon. It's growing every week, the price. And yeah, so if you can catch it now, or anything that teaches you don't have to pay money with us or take. I don't want to take your money. I want people who really want to do this. But you can incorporate something new, Capricorn, into your life that creates very new healthy habits that create more abundance and happiness. All right, so let's take the card for you. Ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. Remember when I was talking about the sixth house? The more difficult meaning of sixth house is that there is troublesome house, that you feel stuck, enslaved. Well, this is the card that came up, that Archangel Michael will be bringing something new to you that will help you out of such situation. And you have to say this month, this prayer: Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with, describe the situation. Please help me be filled with faith and peace at all times. Sorting out some problems. All right, Aquarius. That's us. Aquarius rising, or sun or moon. Aquarius, this new moon of Archangel Michael is falling in our fifth house. All right. So what is Archangel Michael's message for us? Archangel Michael is saying you can win sometimes spiritual wars and, overcome the darkness, because this is what Archangel Michael wants to overcome, the darkness in our life, by going out and having fun. And you're going to become, and by shining your light. The fifth house is be the center of attention. And you're going to be the center of attention somehow this month, Aquarius. I know Aquarius might not like it because they're the opposite, like Aquarius, like, oh, let me be part of the group. But you're going to be center of attention in some way. And the Archangel Michael is going to be on your right side. He's going to be sitting here. And he's going to be, because you're a sign of communication, intelligence through your words. And your fifth house is creative intelligence. So whatever the things that you'll be saying, they will be coming out very intelligently, inspired in some way. You receive inspirations. You receive creative solutions to problems. You receive create ideas, new ideas. Fifth house, the house of new ideas. And these ideas that you don't go and read about, these ideas that, okay, you can read something, but somehow you invent even better version of it, of what to do. And these ideas will make you stand out and be noticed in some way. And you have power, tremendous power with your words this month, because Gemini is in your fifth house in the new moon, and the star of power, Aldebaran, the warrior of God, is there. Your message will be to people, when you communicate with them, will come with force, with conviction, with power, with, even if you're not right, you'll sound convincing somehow. But I think there'll be an inspiration of really light beings behind you, of Archangel Michael with the star. And your message, because it's Gemini, it's a message that you do, will be very inspirational. Fifth house, very original, very creative, will put you in the spotlight. If you have to announce something, if you have to do something, to be, you'll receive that. And you receive accolades, rewards, maybe clapping. But they might be also being put like that in the center stage with this fifth house, where your light, creative light, shines through your intelligence, though, because air sign. Through your communication, especially your creative light will shine in a small group environment, because Gemini rules, with colleagues, relatives, neighbors, or workmates, or in a small group environment, or in social media, or in communication with others. But kind of verbally, it will shine your intelligence. New ideas will come, bright new ideas. But new creative ideas will come as well. To create something new, to write new interesting articles, to create some new business plan, with that is inspirational. There is a lot of force behind it. Archangel Michael is there, remember? The star Aldebaran, that leads to abundance. So those ideas can lead to more abundance, and you take them with executive decision, leadership, because Aldebaran is a leader. So this new moon is like, right, I'm starting to write my book, Creative Stage. Or right, I'm not gonna be shy. I'm gonna take the stage and announce and allow all the attention to come to me. I'm gonna be more creative. I'm gonna do things differently. I'm gonna do things uniquely. I know they say Aquarius is the sign of uniqueness and different stuff, but actually the creative intelligence comes from Leo. Leo likes the attention, and the fifth house corresponds to that. And that's why Aquarius, because Gemini is their fifth house, always the fifth sign, they shine out. The fifth house means, how do you shine out? What's natural talent? Through their intellect, Gemini, through their communication, through their thought world, and they often have very good communication skills. So somehow new beginnings will come to you through that. Some of you, it might be a new beginning that some celebrity figure might enter your life. Someone that, fifth house means celebrity, someone in the, someone who is kind of like an icon of some sort, flamboyant person, and someone very colorful as a person might enter your life, but who sparks the light of creativity in you, the light of childlike playfulness, the light of, okay, I want to experiment, I want to play, I want to have fun. Remember what I first told you at the start, that you can shine your light by being childlike, by having more fun. You can actually do a lot of spiritual service, because you can overcome the darkness in your life. This is what Archangel Michael and this new moon want to try and do by having fun, shining your light, being more creative, go enjoy and just do more childlike things. Go party more. I'm not saying go get trashed and drunk and sleep around. This is kind of going to the darkness again. But somehow you shine your light, you'll be having more fun, you'll be full with more optimism. You'll start feeling after the 5th, the 6th, after the new moon. Those new creative ideas will come around the new moon, and you'll start coming up with them. Also, new romantic person can appear, because 5th house is romance. If you're already married or in a relationship, there can be a renewal of the romance in your life. And actually, through romance, Archangel romance, romantic fun time with your partner, basically fun time between the sheets, and kind of feeling googly-eyed. If you've lost that feeling to your partner, you might feel again like, oh, aren't they lovely? They can be this renewal. If you're single, new person, of course, it's not for everyone, but it's a possibility, can appear, a new opportunity. Oh, you can learn something. Gemini, where the new moon is to learn, to read something, to research, to take a course, to study, to learn some new techniques that will improve your love life. And again, Archangel Michael is sending that information to you. Archangel Michael, who is trying to bring more light to you, who is trying to take you on the light side, He's trying to liberate you from darkness. So either a person can appear that uplifts you, that brings more joy to you, a powerful person, quite might be successful as well. Aldebaran is a success star. It's a powerful star, a powerful person that appears in your life that might be even not, it doesn't have to be romantic partner, someone that brings kind of more joy, fun, joie de vivre, how is it called? Joy from life, and a good conversation that can happen with such person that inspires you through Gemini. You throw things around and you start feeling more alive and inspirational and creative. But also it might be a romantic partner or revival a bit of that, or new creative idea. Also, it's your children. Archangel Michael might send you a message to your children. There might be a new beginning in the life of your child. There might be, it's funny, this is my 5th house and my children will be starting new life in Europe. So there might be like, and again, angelic hosts are helping with that, with a new creative project, with a new romance, even if it does not last forever, with some new change in the life of your child, with reprogramming your mind with new skills in regards to the romantic sphere, in regards to the creative sphere, how to have creativity. And by the way, we're making webinars and seminars on abundance, and these lead to more abundance, those things that you do, these new creative projects, or this, actually a person that you can meet even romantically who can open your mind to what is possible because they're more of an inspirational figure themselves. And we're doing webinars with Natalia, Money Marathon in July, a whole month of rewiring the brain, because it takes, of course, 1 month for new synapses in the brain to start forming, for you to start thinking differently and manifesting differently. So that's very hands-on workshop. Every 2-3 days, there will be videos and you have to do homeworks. And it's $99, but from today or tomorrow, it's becoming $129. So it's climbing up. We're going to have about 1,000 people probably. So tremendous energy. Imagine 1,000 people together. And there are also webinars on relationships that we have, that Natalia has. Or if you're into astrology, I have webinars with Nicola Stojanovic. If you want to have inspiration and fun, maybe take our webinar, $29 only with Nicola. It's $39 after the 8th of June on what planets and signs rule, rulerships, what they mean. Okay, let's see Pisces. Oh, I forgot the card for you, Aquarius. See, got lost in selling you. Evil, capitalistic bitch. Huh? Selling you stuff all the time. All right. Go forward fearlessly. We got that card earlier. It's repeating again. Thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. There will be inspiration that comes. Go after it, guys. Don't doubt yourself. There is the support of Archangel Michael. All right. So Pisces, the last sign, the last but the most loved, and the one full of love. Pisces, the new moon of Archangel Michael is happening in your 4th house. And just like for all the other water signs, I said the 4th house, for all the water signs, is happening in water houses, emotional houses. And the 4th house is particularly connected to family and ancestry, to our ancestors. And it's the emotional storehouse of the horoscope. Is your life built on strong emotional foundation or on insecure emotional foundation? This is the core of your horoscope. Almost like the 4th house shows, can a person be happy? And I'm not saying some kind of inspirational, clappy happy. Happy is, can you have peace of mind? Can you be happy? Do you feel secure person inside? People that have afflictions in the 4th house, there goes into depressions. Like if you have, like Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu in the 4th house, they can create Pluto. They can create people more prone to inability to find happiness within, because of what happened in the past with family, or because of insecure emotional foundation. Emotional abuse might have happened as well. But I'm not saying you have that. But if you have something like that, now Archangel Michael wants to cut cords. For the other signs, it was more different, but for you water signs, and specifically for you Pisces, it's about cutting cords with painful experiences from the past. Something will appear as an opportunity. It's a new moon after all. It's a new moon. Something will come as a new idea. as a new something you read and something you see, someone will tell something, someone will tell you, you know what, let's go and watch this documentary or watch this video, or you're going to start talking with a psychologist or counselor or with your mom. Something will come out that will help you release past emotional trauma that's stored. And it's kind of like a healing influence for you. For others, had more material influences. But Aldebaran here gives tremendous and extraordinary energy to cut cords with painful family issues and things that you're storing in yourself, even ancestral karma that you might be carrying. But it will come as a first, it's gonna might come like a surprise to you. It might come like a new opportunity for you to cleanse yourself of it, to renew also relationships that have been difficult with parents, with family, to renew the happiness in your family. And when you to renew your own personal happiness. So this month is so important. You're going to read something, you're going to take a course, you're going to study something. It's all Gemini because new moon is in Gemini. To learn, to study, to read, to converse with someone, to find some information, to learn some new techniques as well that allow for more inner peace and more happiness, because you're going to cleanse through the help of Archangel Michael. He's giving you this information. He's going to give you those classes or courses or information or insights on the intellectual level that will create more internal emotional peace and release from you, from traumas, from pain. You might even find out some important information about your past or about your family that can be, and there might be an announcement. Remember, Archangel Michael is an announcer of miracles, and the fourth house is family. So some of you might have some new happy news that comes to them, like Archangel Michael announced that Sarah was pregnant at the age of 90. I'm not saying they'll say your grandmother is pregnant at 90. Don't expect such crazy stuff, but some announcement or information or contact with family or, people that extended family or your personal family can come that leads to something very beneficial, because Aldebaran leads to more abundance. So it leads to more emotional happiness in the fourth house, to more emotional strength, leads to more abundance and more ability to shine to create more prestige and success in life. But it comes first, this healing of the foundation is happening in some way. On another level, it can mean that Archangel Michael is helping you sell or buy property, new beginning in regards to home and place of living. It might help you to choose the right place, to do something right in your garden, to plant some healing herbs. Archangel Michael can inspire you to take up something with your family that is new direction, that is actually leading you towards more light. But the ultimate thing that is happening, I think that, or a new place to move to, but the ultimate place is that there is opportunities to heal. New opportunities will appear to heal deep-seated wounds that are preventing happiness and peace of mind and lasting stability in your life. And we're doing quite a lot of courses of cleansing the ancestral karmas. Natalia is doing them, 3 webinars in June. They're half price off if you buy the 3 package. And it's about actually healing pain from the ancestors, karmic pain, cleansing. And you have to do this cleansing work before new opportunities can come to you. Because it's very hard to build a house with strong foundations if you build it on sand foundations, or on rotten foundations. So what Archangel Michael is helping with this new moon is kind of remove the rotten parts from the roots and give you the right knowledge and the right resources. So stay open for those things. And again, as I said, for place of living, and something with your mom, there might be some good news that comes and some new beginnings in the life of your mom or family of some sort. So anyway, thank you so much. That was a long one. You see, when I work from inspiration rather than I have to do it every week, like I was forcing myself, it kind of just, it flows. So taking a break is good. I'll end up with, again, reminding you, taking a break is good, guys. Do it from time to time. Don't push yourselves, especially women. We women need to take every day a break, because the feminine energy is the energy of yin, peacefulness. We only get filled up with feminine power ability to attract good things in our life when we get in a restful state. Let's see what people are saying, and I will close after that. Oh, card for Pisces. Yes, sorry. Yeah, Pisces. Of course, I'll forget. It's Pisces. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Is anyone asking about someone? So it's saying, thank you for helping me have faith so I can open my heart wider in my relationships. I'm grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people in my life. So you're building kind of close-knit family around you. And a person that is of spiritual power is coming to join your extended family of friends. And fourth house, I would say it's people that we trust the most, that are close to us, and that we put our trust in. They're like the foundation of our life. We consider them like our family, basically. So someone like that will appear into your life that you can trust. Do you do personal astrological readings myself? Not for a few months. I'm gonna start doing them again after the summer. I just want to do my seminar retreat in Bulgaria and then take 1 month off, and then I'm back with full force. Oh, Lord, you're the best. Bless you. Thank you, Edgardo. Night from South Africa, Priscilla. Thank you so much. I look forward, and I remind you guys, ladies, on the 5th of June, those of us who join us, free webinar, 1 hour with lots of techniques, for celebrating, for awakening the feminine energy. You have to wear dresses. Dress yourself in a long dress, because when you have a skirt, it creates energy, feminine energy around you. With the skirts, like they swirl energy. And we're going to do techniques for cleansing and developing the feminine energy. What does feminine energy does? It attracts. When you fill yourself with feminine energy, you attract the good things towards you. When you're filled with masculine energy, like so many women nowadays we are, because of traumas and stuff, we don't allow the sensitive side of ourselves to be open, and we close ourselves. We go after careers only. We're all about work and no fun. And the feminine energy is about relax, enjoy, be in the present. And when we don't allow ourselves such things, it's such a dynamic world. It's like, oh, rush, rush, rush. Then we only masculine energy. So we only get good things after we work for them, after we go after them. If you want to have strong feminine energy, it means if you have it, you attract the good things to you. It comes to you. So that's what we're going to be working the whole June with. Natalia is going to be doing, but she's doing a free webinar with a lot of free techniques she's going to give you. And if you want deeper work, then you can get the paid package after that. Thank you so much. I love you all. Sending you love, Eva. And I'll see if I have inspiration next week to do it from Bulgaria. But very soon, I'll have for you the July videos, guys. Me and Ksenia will do them in Bulgaria together. Australia and Bulgaria coming together. And we'll do the July videos for the eclipses. So I love you. See you soon.